Hi guys, Jake and Marisa back again for more live reactions to Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Alright, I am done with my semester. Woo! I'm done with my semester, my private school tutoring students are on break, so I can really hunker down and focus on the next episode of Power Reviews, which is going to be a big one.
You say that for every episode lately. They're all big ones now.
Well, it's the final season. Well, more so, 81 was big because that was the year 3 premiere. But 83 is one I'm really gonna try and see if I can get out for New Year's. I don't know. If it's on track, I'll make an announcement. But I'm really
don't consider this an announcement.
This is not an announcement. It's just I'm hoping for it. Because it would be a great episode to end the year on, if possible. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. You enjoying your little bike chain fidget?
Mm. Yeah. Just in case people are wondering what my hands are doing underneath the screen.
But I hope you guys all enjoyed the second installment in the year 3 craziness. That's the final season. And so far, I've seen nothing but good comments, so that's good. But yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit more time to focus on Power Reviews during these next couple weeks, which will be good because of various things that these next few episodes will require. And we're actually gonna be doing some filming later tonight, which will be good.
Yeah.
We're doing filming and we're doing latkes because Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, we're having cast members over.
Yeah.
Like people who are not me and Jake.
Yeah.
That kind of filming.
Yeah, we're having a few people over to film, and we'll give them some latkes because it's the last night of Hanukkah. Although by the time this comes out, it will be
not Hanukkah.
Not Hanukkah anymore. So I hope you had a good Hanukkah, if you celebrate Hanukkah. If not, I hope you had a good week regardless. All your candles stayed lit for the appropriate amounts of time, if not longer. So, enough of that. We got a lot of stuff to do today, so let's dive into the next episode.
Of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger.
Episode 42. The Father, the Universe, Lucky's Resolution.
Are there question marks in that? Is it like the Father question mark?
Yeah.
The Universe question mark? Okay. Lucky's father, Aslan, because lion.
Yeah. Aslan.
Aslan the Jesus lion.
Professor Anton, what are you up to? He's making those mecha bulls. Alright, so Garu's recovering. He seems to be doing alright. Caesar's being helpful.
Caesar was glowing. I don't know. Caesar might be like healing him completely right now, and we're all gonna be surprised or something. I don't know. Why is Caesar glowing like that?
I'm not sure. Look, he's gotta stay focused. Worried about his father. Oof. That's a rough dilemma to ask somebody.
Really?
Yeah, no, I know. It's you know, you gotta choose
that's
the
not
universe,
saying
but that's still not nice.
Make a choice. That's saying come to terms with the fact that
Yeah.
the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one.
It's doing the thing again. Why does it keep doing? I should do a pre-play on these things. You'd think I would have learned by now.
Because they always jam up like a minute and a half in, and then we start over.
I keep forgetting every time. So many ads. Ah. Come here. Let's go to the spot. Come here. There it is. You need to make up your mind.
Your father or the universe? Yes, that's exactly where we left off.
Yes.
You have to choose only one. Which is it? It's the universe, clearly.
Yeah.
Although you know what they say. There's always a third way.
Yeah.
My way, your way, and the truth. Lies somewhere in between.
Ooh, they're at the end of the tunnel
You know,
thing.
unless it's science, in which case.
Whoa.
Excuse me?
That's crazy. Huh. That's cool.
Is that like a geodesic sphere? It's like they're living on the surface of the inside of us?
Yeah. That's a cool planet.
Or did they divide the hemisphere and it's just like a dome?
No. They're inside.
No, I get that they're inside the planet.
Whoa. Kyuranger. Miyagata sora ni sate ikutsu hoshi ga andaru. Kazoe kiranukute mushukasha suru nara we go. Kono sekai ni shinu soaru senzuku mugen no story. Fureta toki mita toki bokura nani omoru daru. Kangaete wakanai kota Tsuchuku Shizuku space journey Yaranai Ryu toka sagasazu ni Kirameki sugichu your lucky star Kyuranger Nihatenu shou toppu shitake Kyuranger Ginga level 9 nicho lucky star Kyuranger Kimi ga kiru mirai Mite mitaiんだ Furisa sokurisu norisu tobe 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 Suzuki metal Tsutsuka suyo kochinji Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah And good luck. Good times. There we go. Woo! Ah, this is a fun battle. Oh man.
No, the ground looks flat. So although they are on the inside of the circle,
Yeah.
they are not on the inside surface of the circle.
No, they are.
No, they're not, because the ground is flat.
Do you know how ground works?
Yes.
Just because it looks flat from this close up does not mean that it's all flat.
This is a much smaller planet than Earth, you'd be able to tell.
How do you know it's smaller than Earth?
Because of the size of the arcs coming out of the top relative to the size of a building that we saw earlier.
It curves around the entire interior surface of the planet within the diagram they were showing. Those stars in the sky are city lights. I'm assuming the reason that it looks more like a normal city is just budget.
Yeah, they're failing with the back wall then.
Yeah, a little bit. They're not showing the internal curvature very well.
Well, it looks like the internal curvature if they were standing in a hemisphere.
Right. I wonder why these mecha bulls didn't start showing up until after Champ had been in the past for a while.
Spoilers.
I guess.
Or, you know, they changed the past.
Possibly. But it doesn't seem like they changed anything about Professor Anton as far as we can tell.
あのコアは高濃度に圧縮された大量のプラネジウムをエネルギー源にした巨大爆弾です。なんてこった。プラネジウム爆弾ってことか。いろんな惑星から奪ったプラネジウムをあのコアに集めてたってこと？
Interesting.
爆発すればおそらく宇宙は消えてなく
Well,
なり
that's
ま
not
す。
good.
Now, here's the thing. Why would you put the bomb in the middle of your base?
I think
Then
it's-
again, since he plans on destroying the whole universe, I suppose it hardly matters.
I assume that it's less that it's a plan to destroy the universe, and it's more of a failsafe. It's a lot of
I don't know, maybe it's like Cthulhu.
I think the idea is that if you he has it set up so if you attack and destroy my base, you're taking out the whole rest of the universe as you do so.
Maybe he does plan to blow it up. Maybe it's, you know, may you be eaten first.
Hey, look at this. It's a combo of the 3 Vice Shoguns in a very weird combination thing. Okay, apparently this is Anton's.
That's Anton's doing. How did you not, like, make that connection to
No, I
suicide?
figured, but I'm just saying because they're expositing.
He's the only one deranged enough to think that's a good idea. That looks horrible.
It's very ugly.
It's bulky, and it doesn't appear to have any real... I guess what it has is that triangle.
Yeah.
Except they had a shield.
Well, that protected them briefly. Let's go,
Maybe
Kyuranger and Orion. There
It's
we go.
entirely possible that what it did was prevent them from being destroyed, and
Yeah.
the concussive force blew them apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of force fields and stuff, you know, I was reading the Wikipedia the other day, and apparently guns with bullets still exist in the Star Wars universe,
Yeah.
and they're actually one of the best weapons to use against Jedi.
Apparently they can absorb attacks. That's not good.
Because they can deflect blaster attacks with their lightsaber,
Right.
but all they do to bullets with their lightsaber is turn them molten.
Oh. Oof. Oh, he just smashed up his little Q cockpit there and broke right in. That's not great.
Oh, Don Armagh. No, that's not Don Armagh. That's
Aslan.
Aslan.
It's
I
like,
don't think the mask is controlling him.
well, he established earlier when he broke off the mask before that that his father regained cognizance.
Oh, I was under the impression his father had cognizance the whole time. Like, he is... Is this the end of a Power Ranger season? Are we destroying the base?
More or less. I mean, it is kind of. We are nearing the end of the Japanese equivalent of a Power Ranger season.
Wait, we're close to the end?
No, we're not at the end, but we're getting near there. We're in the 40s. I don't know how many episodes this has.
Didn't they have, like, 50?
I think it's going to be around 48, maybe. Whoa.
Well, there's 52
Nice.
weeks in the year, and I think they take 2 weeks off, so that makes 50.
I think they took more than 2 weeks off. I'm not sure. I think it's coming out to 48. I like that rapid fire conversion from Kyuranger to
You're the one who needs to snap out of it, Lucky.
the Riteo
Oh no, basically,
Kyureno
you're
combo.
holding back against your dad, and your friends are getting hurt as a result.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
Last door.
All right, the Vulpix or whatever it's called.
You know, too many, I think they use too many monkeys.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. This is the first time we've seen this combo in a while. Pretty much like since Gigan Phoenix showed up.
See, I can never keep track of that stuff.
Well, it's mostly that it's.
You know what makes
I
this,
shouldn't.
like...
I shouldn't laugh at. No, why are you giving Raptor a band-aid? She's a robot. Shouldn't you be like welding her
Well,
or
actually,
something?
that didn't look like... I mean, it was flesh tone like a Band-Aid, but it didn't have pad in the middle. So that may be some sort of, like, tape. Because usually there's, you know, that gauze pad in the middle. No, actually, we are saying you need to fight your own father.
I mean,
Hobby! shut up and sit down.
Or they could fight him. That also works.
Yeah, it does.
She's making a fair point that Lucky does seem to make the impossible possible. Stinger? What's Stinger gonna do?
Stinger had to take out his own brother.
Oh, that's fair. That's right, stealth mode only lasts for half an hour. Oh. That's a good idea.
That seems a little too simple.
It can, I mean, especially
Oh
considering
no, it's the sad piano music of Japanese drama.
Yeah. Yeah, he's running about the whole Scorpio thing.
But you're not going all in on this right now.
Yeah, and that's what's holding
He's
him back.
torn.
Yeah, doubt is Lucky's worst enemy. That's a good point.
Yep. Okay, so they have to build a device to use.
Yeah, because it's got to be a remote detonation thing.
Yeah, usually you just Q-Tama, but you don't want to do that. The black hole Q-Tama, that's how you wind up with a...
It's interesting that it's capable of something of that level.
I would point out that, you know how you're saying there are 88 Q-Tamas and you wonder how many we've seen before?
Yeah.
I don't think the ones with different holders count. I'm saying I don't think there was a black hole guy before, and I don't think there was... You know what I'm saying?
Oh no! I wasn't referring to characters.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is in the original...
Oh, with the original warriors?
The original 88
yeah,
warriors?
Yeah, there were 88 of them, yes.
Right, and I'm thinking that the ones that look wacky, like this one or the Shine one...
Yeah, those didn't exist back then.
Yeah. Those were not warriors.
Yeah. Alright, he's committing to
There
both.
is no black hole warrior.
Yeah, no, I didn't think there was. I mean, there are 88 constellations, and that's the idea.
Right.
Hey, got
Go back to bed! You dumb butt! You know what I wanted to say. Fill it in yourself.
Yep. Garu, you're in no condition. Like you're ready to fall over. There we go. All right, they're committing to both.
Like I said, there's always a third way.
Yeah. Honestly, by virtue of Tsurugi presenting it as a decision that needs to be made, Tsurugi was really the conflict generator right there, because otherwise Lucky would have basically defaulted to that. Nice. Oh.
It's a very interesting tonality that evil ladies have in speaking Japanese. I mean, there's obviously speaking patterns are in many ways socially influenced.
Yeah.
Like, we have differences in vocal cords, but there's also just differences in the way you are expected to speak,
Right.
whether you're a guy or a girl. And they have a much more pronounced difference in Japanese between the way the guys are supposed to speak and the girls, with their sort of pitching up affectedness. But it makes the evil women have this very special sort of evil. They will sound like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Just a little bit. I didn't think his power would still work this. Why would you not expect his power to keep working the same way as it did like 5 minutes ago? Oh no. She still has the ability to take control of things.
But it's not the Wicked Witch of the West. It's up and down at the same time.
Yeah.
Very. I can't make that vocal tonation. It's very interesting.
Nice.
Because I can mimic a lot of sounds, but I can't mimic that one.
Alright. Alright. So, he did just refer to they did just refer to it as the planetary bomb being planned to go off.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more of a Cthulhu thing. I suppose if you're going to destroy the universe, you're going to want to go fast.
I guess so.
You're not going to want to be on the outskirts of the universe who can see for 10 minutes that their death is coming and not be able to do anything about it.
Nice. That's a good finisher. I like that they get to use all of their swords for that. Goodbye. What? What? Why goodbye? Tsurugi, what are you doing?
He's going to that meeting.
Okay.
He's trying to find out what the heck.
We need to do what we need to do. That is cosmologically correct. Alright, they got a black hole generator now.
I'm sorry.
Brace for impact. What?
Why are you... I think we're crashing. Final battle? Is this the last episode?
No, this isn't the last
I
episode.
didn't think we were anywhere near the final battle.
This might be one of those fake out finale kind of things. Where in universe they think it's the end.
Garu, go back to bed!
That's a lot of endeavors.
Should've left Garu on the ship instead of Raptor?
Also, I do not know why they're not morphed right now.
Because, just like in Power Rangers, as you get near the end of the series, you want to show off that your cast has actually learned how to fight some.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Alright, this is feeling very climactic. What is going on here? Okay. Okay. Alright. Ranger.
Oh, Uchu Ranger. I didn't expect the end just there.
Ranger. 3, 2, 1. Oh, cute. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Ohio. Oshitama, Oshitama.
To be continued?
Go, go. Dip, da, do. Lucky, lucky, cutama. 3, 2, 1. Oh, cute. Boom, boom. Q, tama. Tama, tama, Q, ripa, body. Badu, bop, buddy, badu. Q, tama. Tama, tama, Q, ripa, bada. Body, bop, buddy, badu. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Q. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Q, tama. Tama, tama, Q, ripa, badu. Body, bop, buddy, badu. Q, tama. Tama, tama, Q, ripa, badu. Body, bop, buddy. Okay.
Okay, so maybe this is the final battle, and they're just gonna,
stretch it out.
I was gonna say yes. Yes, I was gonna say Dragon Ball Z it, but yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was just like, wait.
An oath on the holy night. I wonder if that makes next one the Christmas episode.
This would be a weird place to stop for a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
That episode didn't even end. It just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And went to credits. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was very sudden. So yeah, I don't know what's, looks like we're very much going into a climactic battles type scenario.
Yeah.
With, we got Tsurugi talking to Don Armage. We got Lucky going up against his dad. We're doing the black hole generator to prevent the destruction of the universe. The rest of the team is going out to fight a bunch of
little guys, unmorphed for some reason.
Yeah, this is all like...
Garu should still be in bed.
We're playing this up very much as sort of the now or never scenario. So I feel like this is... I don't feel like we're at the end game, but I feel like this is the transition to the end game.
Or something.
Like, whatever happens here, it's going to set up whatever the final thing is going to be, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. I mean, I don't know about other seasons, because I've only seen so many, but I know, for instance, like, we watched Go Busters, and they had a similar sort of climactic scenario right around Christmas time. Where basically, they play it up as if it's the big end of the battle. Partially, I think, so we can have a breather episode right after for New Year's before we go into the actual end game. At least that's what happened with the Go Busters a little bit.
Fair enough. I have trouble placing Go Busters in time since I just binged it.
Well, true, but they did very clearly have a Christmas two-parter.
Yeah, but Christmas kept coming up all the freaking time anyway because it was a Christmas party when everything...
Well, yes, but also, like, characters were dressed in Santa outfits.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's put it this way. I didn't realize that the episode taking place in Christmas necessarily was a Christmas episode because they were using the fact that it was Christmas to reference actual plot points from previous because
true.
Christmas was an important date.
Christmas was an important date, which made it the idea that episode was around Christmas time, kind of circle everything back.
Yeah.
Also, it's just an excuse to put all the girls in little Santa outfits, little Miss Claus outfits. Yeah, so the conflict over Lucky's dad in this episode felt a little manufactured.
Yeah. By Tsurugi.
Yeah, I don't know why
Why are you
Tsurugi was...
manufacturing a problem, Tsurugi?
I don't know why he was doing that, because it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, choosing between his father and the universe, like, that was not really something that had been, like, really set up, and Tsurugi just kind of said it.
Yeah.
And it's... Because there's... was no reason to really present it why they couldn't be doing both, and then they decided at the end they're going to do both. Although they didn't actually accomplish anything by the end of the episode.
Because the episode just ended abruptly.
I feel like this episode was mostly about them making the decision to do the things that they were going to probably do anyway.
I don't know.
I guess it was just that they had a lot that needed to happen, and they felt like they needed a clear character arc happening in this episode, and so they had to kind of forced
an episode into something which is otherwise set up exposition.
Yeah, because really most of this episode, outside of the odd little dilemma about Lucky's father, was primarily about
roundtable discussions of strategy.
Well, also just the introduction to the interior of Southern Cross and the planetium bomb and
their plan to defeat it with the black hole.
Like, it wasn't pure exposition, because there was also just a lot of Zord fights. This episode was chock full of Zord battles.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just saying this episode wasn't pure exposition because there was a lot of action going on.
Like, I barely process that stuff.
The Zord battle stuff was also felt in some ways a little... The whole thing with the 3 Vice Shoguns coming back felt a little bit forced in a way, and that is like...
Like, people fighting each other with swords, that makes some sense. I can kind of almost follow it, but the problem is that the Zord battles have increasingly, over time, become a lot less about actually, engaging in combat, and a lot more about who can Care Bear stare who harder.
A little bit, yeah. There's a lot of Care Bear stare going on here.
And I'm just like, I no longer care.
The frequent Zord battles ultimately really came down to, let's just keep throwing each finisher we have at them until we find one that sticks.
And I'm over here like, bored now.
As much as I do like getting to see all the different combinations, that was fun. It was just kind of like, it felt a little trial and error rather than actually devising a clear...
strategy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the smart thing with retreating after the first battle. I was kind of surprised how quickly and easily Aslan was able to... I don't know.
Never mind.
Aslan was able to bust into Orion.
Yeah, that was like, he just walked in.
Well, he smashed in.
Well, yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is there was no, it was at least he Kool-Aid Man through the wall, basically.
He did. He smashed through Lucky's cockpit and then went in through there.
It was
crazy.
It was abrupt.
It was abrupt. And it ended pretty abruptly. He literally was just thrown out the window. Which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I like that they had the whole decompression thing involved in that. Although it raises questions of, I guess the interior of that planet just doesn't have an atmosphere or something. I don't even know.
Well, no, it probably does. It's just decompression like opening the window on an airplane rather than a spaceship.
I guess so, yeah. It was all a little weird.
You could still get sucked out the window on an airplane.
True.
Well, not on a well-designed airplane. They make the windows pretty small.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big window for them to blow open.
But if it's that easy to blow open the window, I'm a little concerned about them in space.
Well, at least they have the blast shields, apparently.
Yeah. But it's like, why is that not made out of at least, same kind of glass they make the cockpit windows out of in an airplane?
Yeah.
Which, you could slam on that for like an hour.
Yeah.
You're not getting through. It's like 3 inches thick.
Well, it's also funny because it's like, that's the control center of the ship, and it's like, shouldn't that be more centralized? Like, you don't need, if everything's through screens, I don't know if that window there was necessary.
Well, I think what's in front of Raptor is actually windows.
No, I think that's a screen, I don't know.
I think they're in a forward cockpit with actual windows.
Okay.
Like, not her panels down here, but up here.
Right. Fair enough. But yeah, I will say, although it was not always well represented, the interior of Southern Cross is pretty awesome.
It is.
I really like that
It
whole
looks real
inverted
flat
city.
during the Zord battles, though.
Yeah. But the whole concept of the inverted city...
When we saw the dome, the bomb again...
Yeah.
I find that my brain clicked in the way I needed to see it the way it actually is.
Yeah.
I had the bomb on the surface.
Oh,
the side, and once my brain clicked and realized it was closer to us.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, that's how it's okay.
Yeah, it's at the center of the planet. It's the planet's core.
Yeah. This is an optical. I think it's like the duck and the rabbit.
Yeah.
You know, there are some things that you look at them and your brain just has to click over to the right way of seeing them, or
That's
you
fair.
see it a different way than you're supposed to.
Yeah. Well, also just that whole, curved interior of a planet is difficult to represent.
Well, which is why you could only see it in those CG internal shots that have
when they first came into the planet and they zoomed out, and it's just like, what?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It was interesting too because we were actually the last day that I was in for observations over at the high school this week. In the physics class, they were talking a bit about gravity and centripetal forces. They were discussing orbital motion, and so the process of simulating gravity was brought up, specifically the concept of a rotational space station where you're on the interior of the spinning ring.
The centripetal force, yes.
Yeah. Which people out there may or may not be familiar with.
2001: A Space Odyssey, running around the inside.
Did they really do that in 2001?
Yeah.
Didn't remember that.
He was doing laps.
Okay.
Right near the beginning, before everything went to...
I do not remember much of the movie very clearly. I just remember the floating around, and I can't let you do that, Dave.
Yeah, that was, the plot. I'm talking about right at the beginning, like, the credits are still a few of them on the screen, and the actors, you're seeing them for the first time, and one guy's running laps on the inside of the...
Huh. I did not remember that. Interesting.
I could swear that happened.
I do not remember the beginning of the movie very well.
Yeah, but now I'm starting to doubt myself.
Fair enough. It could be that. It could be a different movie. I don't know. I know Elysium was a good example of a rotating station.
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5 is a good example. Although technically Babylon 5 I don't believe has the proper radius and rotational speed, but it's still close enough.
Actually, no, it probably does, because when you're looking at it from the outside, you forget just how big it is.
Well, I know that it's big, but it's generally described as being like 3 miles long, right?
5.
5 miles long.
5 miles long.
I don't know if the ratio of it
Which
is
means
quite right
it's
for this.
at least a mile across, diameter-wise.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right on the border of what the appropriate.
And that's why
radius would be.
when you're going to places like the tubes, which are near the center, the low gravity area, warning, low gravity area. But what's cool about that is when you're in the central core, where they have all the plants, the gardens, and stuff like that, you can look up and see more garden.
Yeah, I know. And I know their big warships are sort of set up the same way, although those are...
Well, the big warships have one part that can turn around.
Yeah.
But it gets locked stationary.
In other parts.
It can be locked into a stationary position.
Yeah.
You see them get into fights occasionally with it still going.
Yeah.
When they got surprised.
Yeah, the attempts at rotational gravity are a little odd sometimes.
Meanwhile, the Centauri and the Minbari have fake gravity, so...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Planet, I mean, it must be using centripetal gravity, because it's certainly not using the kind of gravity where you,
I don't know, actually.
Well, how could you have gravity to the outside of a mass without it being centripetal?
I think it must be some sort of simulated gravity like they have on their spaceships.
Or that. But it's certainly not...
It's not...
It's not garden variety gravity.
Yeah, because garden variety gravity
is caused by the mass of an object and pulls toward the center.
Yeah, but at the same time, the distribution of the mass in a hollow sphere might throw things off, depending upon how big the sphere is. Because that would be something where, yes, it is all based on the center of gravity, but when you're dealing with something that large, you may be more attracted to, if the ratio of the radius to the mass is significant enough, you may be more attracted to portions of it, and to some portions of it than others. So you may be attracted to whichever portion of it you're closest to. If you think of it as sort of a series of connected sections rather than one singular object.
But it's not.
Well, here's the other thing, though. Radius-wise, it's your distance. It's generally your distance between your center of mass and the object's center of mass, but
the center of mass of a hollow sphere is still in the middle of the.
Well, yes, I know, but one of the things is that I don't know exactly how attractive forces necessarily work if you are within the radius for the object.
Weightlessness, I would expect.
Possibly. I'm not sure.
Which is why I was expecting them to need some form of alternative gravity.
Yeah, I'm curious how that would...
How does this affect the bucket?
That was
not covered.
This is a gravitational thought experiment that I'm not 100% sure how it works. Because the way you determine center of mass for an object is dependent upon the distribution of mass within that object, which makes sense. However, as that is still a sphere, that center of mass should be in the center of the object. But does that mean that if you have a strangely shaped enough object, then its gravity wouldn't attract you towards the object? That raises a question for me.
Yes. But I think in order to have something strangely shaped enough, you need to start going into impossible shape territory.
We're
talking Klein bottles.
Let's think about like a ring, a large enough ringed object. That's just a two-dimensional version of the sphere. Would you be attracted straight to the center of the ring? Probably, if you're coming from
the outside.
The outside. However, if you're already on one edge of the ring, would you be attracted to the center from there? That's a good question.
And that's where I was going with the I don't think it can pull you in at that point because you are inside. There's no matter there for you to be pulled towards, which was why I would assume you would enter weightlessness on the inside of the ring or the inside of the sphere.
No, I mean, weightlessness is basically just when the forces that you're dealing with counter each other out.
Yes. Because the opposite sides of the...
the opposite sides don't necessarily cancel each other out.
The smaller the ring, the worse your situation is.
Right. With something that large, though, I'm not sure if the opposite sides would necessarily cancel each other out because of the factor that radius plays. Or distance.
Possibly, but it would still be a pretty weak gravity.
Oh yeah, it'd definitely be weak. I'm just curious, which direction the force of gravity
Also,
would
you'd be
be
really
operating.
careful about jumping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I feel like you'd be getting a gravitational attraction from the far edge, as well as gravitational attraction from the surface below you. But because you're closer to the surface below you, that gravitational attraction would be stronger than the gravitational attraction from the surface on the opposite end. And it would be, it would be progressively weaker as it reaches the farthest end. That's the idea that I'm putting forth on that. In which case you would experience some level of attraction, not towards the center, but towards the internal surface. I mean, of course, we do also have the planetium bomb in the center, which provides another thing. I'm sorry if this has gotten boring. If you guys don't like the physics discussion, we'll go off on tangents. I feel like this is at least a.
We don't know the density of that planetium.
Yeah, we don't. We don't know.
I mean,
oh my! I really want to set this up as an actual physics problem.
I feel like planetium is probably pretty dense.
Probably, but I don't know. We don't know anything about its properties really. I want to look because I was thinking you were pointing out the idea of artificial gravity internal to the planet being generated by centripetal force. But the thing is that if it was generated towards if it was generating centripetal force, you'd be only really experiencing gravity. You'd be mostly experiencing gravity at the equator, and then virtually nothing at the poles. So the gravity would be very...
Fair enough.
Because you'd be dealing with a variable radius as you go through, because it wouldn't be radius to the center of the planet, it would be radius to the axis.
It would probably get you all the way to the tropics.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it would be strongest at the equator, it'd be weakest it'd be basically non-existent at the poles, but it would be steadily decreasing throughout as the radius decreases, because the radius is not to the center of the planet, it's the radius is to the axis, so it's decreasing decreasing circles.
Yeah.
Hi, I tutor and used to teach and will continue to teach physics.
And what did you concentrate on college physics-wise?
Astrophysics. I may have had a minor in astrophysics. I focused a little bit more on dark matter stuff, but yeah, a little bit of this as well. It's also been like 10 years. I barely remember anything from college anymore. Most of the stuff that we're discussing is basic Newtonian physics that you would learn in school.
The bucket.
Yeah. Like this is the sort of stuff you'd learn in if not high school, then a basic college level physics course.
Well, everything that we're sure about, the things that we don't know the answer to, and you clearly don't learn in an entry level physics class.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that this was not something that was presented as an example problem in any of the physics classes I can think of. Like we would look at how forces affect irregularly shaped objects. And there was a heavy focus on calculus and differential equations, but not these hypothetical sci-fi scenarios that are a lot more fun. Very few of them we weren't given a lot of applicable.
I feel like you might wind up having
examples.
a Mario Galaxy problem.
Yeah. Oh, in what way? Like where he's running around with these tiny plants that really shouldn't be attracting him at all?
Right, but also where they come close to one another and he's
Able to
jumps for one, then flips over and sticks to the other one.
Well, that's not. I wouldn't call that necessarily a problem. But yeah, no, that's a bit more fun.
It is if you weren't trying to get onto the planet above you.
That's true. But that is sort of a classic physics thing.
Just wanted to jump on Koopa's head.
Where as he jumps towards the one planet, he's decreasing the distance to that planet. He's increasing his distance from the planet he started. So he's creating a change in the force, so that ultimately the other planet's force overwhelms the force of the planet he was on.
A change in the force.
Ooh. We haven't seen Star Wars yet, by the way. I hear that it's very controversial, and I'm super interested to find out why. I don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah. We have a date set. Well, not a date, but we're supposed to see it the week after New Year's with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, so we're
It's the first time
on it.
everybody's available, so we have to wait.
Hopefully we won't get spoiled
soon,
between now
though.
and then.
I mean, like...
Oh, we got a couple... It's a couple weeks. We got, like... The New Year's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Oh. Yes! Okay.
So I'm hoping by the end of this week I can lock down when I'll be...
I need to
when I'll be
Christmas
finishing
presents
83.
so that they arrive.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Well, I already know. I have everything on the list. I just have to hit go.
Yeah, you got to go on that.
I should hit go.
Yep.
Because Amazon
Go
will
time.
deliver them all, and then people can open them on the 25th.
Right. We don't need to discuss this on.
But wow, Christmas is coming up soon.
Yeah, it's in like a week. It's less than a week. It's this weekend.
Yeah. No, it's
this weekend.
It's a week from yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a Monday.
Yeah. We are low on time.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything will come together.
Wow, Christmas is coming fast.
I'm hoping hopefully for this Christmas I'll be able to
This Christmas.
get you guys another promo for the next Year 3 episode. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll probably be putting forth another challenge again like last time.
I can finally get my hair cut.
Yeah. Why have you been waiting?
For my appointment to come around.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
It's the week of Christmas, so yay.
But yeah, I've got some potatoes and onions to slice up for latkes tonight, and I gotta prep some stuff in the studio. So I think that's a wrap for us tonight. So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Oh, and don't forget to get your homework in on universal gravitation.